the most realistic online racing sim ever made. This is iRacing. Detailed laser scan tracks, fully dynamic real-world cars, and over 50 series to choose from. 6 online world championships offering over $100,000 in annual prizes. This is the original eSport racing game. This is iRacing.
Welcome back once again, ladies and gentlemen, here to Turn 3 Racing Network tonight. eSpeed Sport Select Series brings the Xfinity cars here to Iowa Speedway. Gonna be one heck of a night out there for the Iowa 175 here tonight. You can go and check out eSpeed Sport on Facebook.com. Just type it in right there in the search. You'll get hooked up with all the great drivers out here on the track right now in happy hour. Final 6 minutes remaining. Looks like Justin Davidson sitting on the top of the speed charts track. Nice and cool out there tonight. 71 degrees is the air temperature. Partly cloudy. Gonna make for a cooler racing surface. Should have a little bit more grip as we are high above this track out here today. And man, I tell you what, let's go ahead and head down trackside, see if we can't get you up close to a little bit more of this action as we continue to watch some of these drivers make laps, the final few laps before we head off into qualifying. So with all that being said, a little bit of season information for you, as this is only race number 2 here in the eSpeed Sport Select Series. Only 6 races in this season. 1 drop race being allowed, one chance to have a bad race. But then you got to make the rest count. Best bet is to just make all 6 count. Your point standings coming in to race number 2. Presley Sora sitting on top of the leaderboard with 43 points. Nathan Jurgensen right there just behind him, 1 point back with 41 points back is Scott Lamp the second. And then Lawrence Shaughnessy sitting in 4th, Jeff Mills in 5th, Chris Carroll 6th, Kyle Martinson in 7th, Blake Bottoms in 8th, Angel Phillips in 9th, and Jeremy Root gonna round out your top 10 in your point standings coming into tonight's race number 2 in the eSpeed Sport Select Series. In these Xfinity cars, man, I tell you what, they're a little bit of a handful, a little bit more than what most drivers sometimes tend to think. And they can catch you out mighty fast here if you're not careful. So I tell you what, let's see if we've got anybody out there. Let's go with this 71 of Rocky Harpins out there on the track. Looks like, a little bit of a bad time catching Kyle Martinson going around right there. A little bit of a time for some of the drivers out there getting a little bit loose on the exit. Seems to be a common theme out here tonight. There you see a couple of cars already up into that outside safer barrier, leaving those black marks out there. There you see through the center of 1 and 2 cars getting tight. Late exit, there you see where some drivers have hit the wall right there. Gonna have to keep our eye on that. Think that's gonna be a hot spot out there tonight as Rocky Harpin's digging on the bottom. 16th on the speed charts here in the final few minutes of happy hour. 2 minutes now remaining before the drivers will need to reset, rethink the night, and then get ready to go for qualifying, trying to take the pole position away. So we'll see who has what it takes. See if Presley Sora can't can't come out on the top once again. Last week finishing in the, 2 weeks ago, I should say, in the season opener at Daytona. Presley Soar walking away with the race. Went Nathan Jurgensen in second. Scott Lamp finished in third. Well, that's why they're the top 3 in your point standings. Only one race in to this 6-race season for the eSpeed Select Series drivers. So every race counts. Kind of old school with the theme. Let's see who else is out there. Looks like the 11 of Mitchell Lancaster, sitting 6th on the speed charts. Nice looking ride out there, nice and clean. Looks like he's going to slowly bring it down to pit road as we've got only about 60 seconds remaining here before we'll set things up and ready to go for qualifying. Drivers going to have about, I'm going to get caught out on this one. I know I am, but driver's going to have about 5 minutes to put down their qualifying lap. So we'll see who's got what it takes. We'll see who's been practicing those qualifying runs, who's got the cars dialed in and ready to go, as we inch closer and closer to getting things fired off here on Turn 3 Racing Network for the Iowa 175 here from Iowa Speedway. So, ladies and gentlemen, here we go. Things going to count down. Things going to switch on over back into qualifying mode. These drivers will go. Track being cleared. There you hear the silence, and the eerie silence in between the sessions before the drivers hit the track here for qualifying. Looks like a few drivers already in their cars, nobody moving as of just yet. Just as I say that, looks like the 98 of Presley Soar are going to get out there on track early, try to put down a fast lap before anybody else. Show you a little bit more of who's out there already. Chris Carroll not out there, neither is Alex Harris. A few of these drivers on their out laps right now. Kyle Martinson also out there on track. We'll jump back, take a look at that 77 here in just a brief moment. The 98 of Presley Sora hugging that yellow line through 3 and 4. Gonna come off turn 4, come around, try to take the stripe and get one more lap out of his Ford Mustang. Let's see, top of the speed charts, because he's the first one to cross the line. Justin Davidson also right there, very, very close. There you see only 2 now make it 3 drivers putting in a timed lap so far. We'll jump back now as the 98 comes across the line. Can he keep the pole position? Will he increase the lead? Yes, he will. Looks like he'll go faster second time around. Presley Soar going to sit on top of your speed chart. Back here with the 96 of Brandon Sheffield. He's coming around, taking his first time lap. And Chris Carroll, quick time, top of the board. Gonna bump Sora off of that provisional pole position. Now Chris Carroll gonna finish his second time lap, slot in with a 24:14, just 100th of a second faster than Presley Soar. Now Michael Lancaster sitting in 4th, Daniel Phillip in 5th. Brendan Sheffield gonna slot in 7th with his first time lap. Looks like he's on his second. Bradley Yo knocking on the door of the top 5 right there in the 6th position. Can Sheffield improve the starting spot? Gonna cross the line. Where's he go? Up to 6th. Bradley Yo drops to 7th. Now Billy Davidson out there on his time lapse. Looks like he's slowing down after making his times lap. We'll jump now to the 2 of Scott Lamp, trying to take his Chevy Camaro to victory lane. There you see just a few drivers yet to cross the finish line. Nobody able to dethrone Chris Carroll just yet. Can the man on screen get the job done? Can Scott Lamp go up there and knock Chris Carroll off of that provisional pole with only 2 minutes remaining here in qualifying? Looks like most of the field has already put in their time lapse. Few drivers yet to hit the track. Lamp good enough for 9th on his first time lap. Nathan, oh, and around he goes. That's going to throw the lap away. And his shot for the pole here tonight. Amazing save out of that too. But that is going to put a hurting on his starting spot. We'll jump and look at the 31 of Nathan Jurgensen as he comes off of turn number 2, heading back into turn number 3 now. Second time lap for Jurgensen. He's going to try to take that 8th position and improve it here. Crossing the line, second time, second fastest on the board. Chris Carroll dodging a bullet as DJ Kenner hits the track, as well as Jeremy Root. And well, ladies and gentlemen, only about 1 minute remaining here in qualifying, so we'll stay with Root here for just a brief moment. Then we will break away for our pre-race festivities, the singing of the national anthem. So, ladies and gentlemen, don't go anywhere. We'll get as much of this qualifying action in as we can before we head down track side. But don't go anywhere. Join us in saluting this great nation. Stay right here on Turn 3 Racing Network. And if I haven't said it already, which I don't think I have, thanks for joining us here tonight. Yeah, kind of late, like I usually am, but you know how all that is. Root good enough for 11th. And as he begins to spin, we'll step away from the track now to bring you your national anthem.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly wailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rackets regular, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the
And thanks for staying with us once again here on Turn 3 Racing Network. Your starting grid looks a little something like this, sitting on that pole position. Starting inside row number 1, the 99 of Chris Carroll. Nathan Jurgensen gonna line up to his outside. Second row, Presley Sora and Angel Phillip. Third row, Justin Davids and Mitchell Lancaster. 7th position, Brandon Sheffield. Bradley Yo gonna come in 8th. 9th will be Thomas Grout. Zachary Marginson gonna line up just behind him. Man, oh man, short time to get all of this in. There you see the rest of your starting lineup as the field begins to take the green flag pace car. We'll duck off this time. We'll have ourselves a race. Waiting for the green flag to fly. Ooh, and actually, they called me off guard. I thought we were ready to go, so let's run through this one more time. Chris Carroll gonna start the race off in first position. Nathan Jurgensen in second, Presley Soar in third, Ainhill Phillip in fourth, fifth, Justin Davidson, Mitchell Lancaster gonna line up sixth, seventh will be Brandon Sheffield, Bradley Yo in eighth, ninth, Thomas Grau, Zachary Morganson in 10th, Jeremy Rudy 11th, Scott Lamp 12th, DJ Kenner 13th, 14th will be Jeff Mills, Lawrence Shaughnessy in 15th, Billy Davidson 16th, 17th will be Kyle Martinson. Rocky Harpin's going to line up 18th, 19th, Nick Barise, Alex Harris in 20th, 21st, Edward Kane in starting. 22nd will be Jason Jackson as we get things set to fire off. That 99's ready to go. He hits the gas, and we are green flag racing here at Turn 3 Racing Network for the Iowa 175. And away goes that 89, very, very fast, already making a gap between himself and the second place runner. Nathan Jurgensen hot on his trail, trying to regain that, but just behind them, 2-3 car battle. There you see it, drivers not sorting it out just yet. The 11 gonna slot in the 5th spot, gaining one position from the start of this race. Your pole sitter with the fastest time out there on track so far, so hats off to Chris Carroll getting the job done very, very early here today. Going to go a little bit further through the field as we've got more battles going on back here through the rest. The 77 of Kyle Martinson trying to go around Lawrence Shaughnessy. That's for position. DJ Kenner right there in front of him now. Martinson looking to the inside. Shaughnessy's going to see if he can't follow through when he gets to turn 3. Very, very long train of cars here as we head back up to the front of the pack. Oh, and a car going around. Looks like driver onto pit road, Jeff Mills, with a little bit of trouble down there heading into pit road. We stay green flag racing here on Turn 3 Racing Network. The eSpeed Sports Select Series drivers putting on one heck of a show already out there today. Now the 77 of Kyle Martinson looking to see if he can't get to the rear bumper of Jeremy Root just in front of him. That is for 11th place, 10th. Right there just in front of Root, right on the gearbox of Scott Lamp. Thomas Grau just in front of them in 9th. Brandon Sheffield a little bit further off in the distance, but still right there within striking reach. Back up at the front. 2-car battle. Carroll on the outside. Jurgensen's taking the bottom. 31 trying to dig, trying to make it work. And keep in mind, these drivers, if we stay green flag racing and caution is out, looks like Justin Davidson may have been involved in this latest one. Looks like he's got everything rolling, everything going. We'll take a look back, see what happened here up into the wall. Oh, and then just a little bit of contact before goes sideways. No harm, no foul. Doesn't look like there's significant damage on that left rear quarter, so looks like Davidson gonna be able to continue on. Back live as the field catches back up to the Ford Mustang Pace truck. Your race leader, Chris Carroll, will have the option to bring the field down pit road this time by. We'll see what the field does. Looks like all the drivers. Looks like most of them. We'll see how it looks here heading into pit road. Oh, and Jurgensen pulling a fast one, staying out. Looks like we've got a couple of drivers out there willing to risk it here early. 4, 5, 6 drivers, now make it 7. Electing to stay out there on the track and make it 8 now. So your top 8 not willing to come to pit road just yet. Thinking the tires have a little bit more time in them. Gonna keep their cars out there on track as we continue to watch Chris Carroll get serviced on the pit road. Race off of pit road. Pretty hot down there coming off of the pit exit. high above the racetrack in the center of the infield here from this camera angle. Great shot out there of all these drivers, and man, I tell you what, they've put down some fast laps, man. I'm looking at it right now, and it looks like all of the green flag laps were within just a tenth or two of qualifying times. So these drivers not afraid to get out there and just hammer down after it. So we'll have to see how this plays out for these top 8 drivers electing to stay out there on the older tires. We'll see if those 4 or 5 laps, I believe the caution did fly on lap 6, actually. So we'll see if those 6 lap, the lap difference equates to a whole lot of grip. Drivers will learn a lot right here, and it's looking like nobody elected to take 2 tires when they came to pit road either, so all the drivers on 4 fresh tires. So at least we can measure a little bit of how this tire strategy and tire wear is going to go based off of this first restart here. And that may be the most important part of this whole thing for Nathan Jurgensen. Jurgensen was second fastest in qualifying, but getting a good restart, not spinning the tires, getting up through the gears without any issues, and down into turn 1 with your line, as opposed to trying to be defensive or ward somebody off, fend somebody off. Got to be able to run your line into turn 1 here, get up to speed, and then maybe after a lap or 2, those tires will slowly start to rebuild a little bit of the temperature, and you might be okay. But we'll have to wait and see how it all shakes out here. As the Ford Mustang pace car crossed finish line that time by pace car lights will go out. Nathan Jurgensen gonna line up on the inside. That's gonna put Presley Sora to his outside. Angel Phillip just behind him, and Mitchell Lancaster gonna line up second row outside just behind Sora. Field coming to take the green this time by. We will begin the race at lap number 12 once again here for the restart. The inside lane, your race leader hits the gas, and we're green flag racing once again here at Iowa Speedway for the Iowa 175 here in the eSpeed Sports Select Series. Well, and away goes your race leader on the older tires. No harm, no foul. Gonna keep our eye on this little group of cars. All these drivers we're watching right now, second all the way back. Oh, side by side for second right now. Sora and Phillip. Sora on the outside, Phillip on the inside. Gonna get the ground now. Phillip gonna slot in third. The 11 of Mitchell Lancaster right there trying to take the position away, but it doesn't look like any of these drivers that decided to stay out. Doesn't look like they're falling through the field as much as I would have thought. Chris Carroll only able to make up 2 positions from the restart. He has lost 5 overall as he was your pole sitter. But now Mitchell Lancaster beginning to try to work the 94 just off in front of him. Ooh, Jeremy Root right there on the bottom. Going to be side by side with the 11 coming to the line. Close space, not enough to put the car between. He's going to be stuck on the bottom once again. Can the 99 pin him down there? Looks like Chris Carroll going to try to pin him down on the exit. Big run out of the 99 on them fresh tires, being able to use that outside higher lane, keeping the momentum up. Now the 18 looks to follow him through. Root Going to try to see if he can't run that line, get a little bit of speed back in that car. Scott Lamp in the 2 machine just behind Lancaster and Root. So now Lamp trying to make his way up through the field as well with his 4 fresh tires. Chris Carroll has now cracked inside of that top 5, running in the 4th position, has only taken about 3 or 4 laps from the restart to make his way back up through the field into the front of the pack now, breathing down the neck of the 94 of Angel Phillip. He's going to go out to the outside wall. Carroll looking, not going to the inside just yet. Big run into the center of the corner. Can he carry it off? Looking to the outside. Side by side to the line. Carroll to 3rd. As this is where most of the action is at, we'll try to keep you glued right here as Carroll makes his way up through the field, trying to go back up there and grab that top spot away. Nathan Jurgensen has been out there on the same tires from the start of the race. Now looking just behind them, looks like Lancaster trying to take the spot away from Root. Scott Lamp mired in traffic just a little bit. He's the next driver with 4 fresh tires. He finds himself all the way back in the 7th position. I say all the way because that's 4 spots behind. Chris Carroll and those 2 drivers started side by side on the restart, but Carroll able to utilize those fresh tires a little bit sooner, work his way through some of the cars that elected to stay out under that last caution, and that could serve to be a bad choice. We'll have to wait and see. Things still looking pretty good for your race leader. Nathan Jurgensen has about a 0.3 of a second lead over Presley Sora as we'll rejoin your race leader. There you see him right there digging on the bottom. And I tell you what, we'll watch that gap. We'll see how it all shakes out. There you see it down on the bottom of the racetrack, and just take a look at how that gap grows and decreases. Big run off of 4 for Chris Carroll once again as he closes in onto the back of Presley Sora. Sora closing in on Jurgensen. That's going to be a 2-car battle. Then you got to watch for the shark right now. I can hear the Jaws theme in the background as Chris Carroll slowly but surely reeling in your top 2 drivers. Battle for 1st, 2nd, 3rd, starting to heat up a little bit more as Sora goes to the bottom. Side by side through the center, side by side off of 4. Coming to the line, drag race, who's it gonna be? Looks like they give the spot to Nathan Jurgensen, able to utilize that outside lane. Get the power down in the drive off of 4 now. Working the high line through the center of 1 and 2, gonna keep his 31 machine at the top of the speed charts. His Chevy Camaro doing what it's supposed to, and that's lead this field. We've got a Chevy Ford Chevy for your top 3 here so far on lap 25 out of 175 scheduled here for the Iowa 175 in the eSpeed Sport Select Series. This battle continues to rage on. We're going to go back a little bit further through the field. Just outside of 10th place, there you see a battle just in front of you. 9th, 10th, 11th, 12th, 13th, 14th, all right here with each other. All grouped up. There you see the 74 of Alex Harris. He's trying to get up there and see if he can't grab a hold of some bumper. Kyle Martinson just in front of him. Lauren Shaughnessy trying to see if he can make his way up and past Alex Harris. Nick Parise looking for a way through the field as well, has been mired in some traffic. And it looks like passing Passing seems to be very, very tough for these drivers out here today as we continue green flag conditions here at Iowa Speedway. These drivers trying to give it all they've got, but passing is at a premium. As we have seen the older tires for Jorgensen, your race leader, back up front now as Carroll has made the pass on Sora, and he is now gunning for that top spot. But Jorgensen has been able to make these older tires work. He's been able to keep the field at bay for a moment, but now we see if he can keep those 4 tires at bay. I'm not sure he's gonna do it. To the inside goes Carroll. Carroll gonna look for some drive off, try to squeeze that 31 up the track, side by side at the line. Give that lap to Jorgensen, as well as Carroll still digging on the bottom, looking for some grip off. Oh, very tight racing here off the corner of turn number 2. Back down the back stretch into turn number 3, still side by side as Jorgensen starts to pull. That bottom lane not quite working for Carroll as Sora has regained some momentum, caught back up to that rear gearbox. Will we see a little bit of a bump and run here? Now look at Angel Phillip. He's right here as well. Phillip brings his 94 machine into the mix. We've got a 4-car battle up here at the front for your top positions. Now looking back to the outside once again is Carroll. Those 4 tires not doing what he needs them to do just yet. Very close through the center of 1 and 2 as the 99's able to roll the center just a little bit. And I tell you what, let's go down to one of our on-board cameras here at Iowa Speedway. We'll go down on board with your pole sitter, the 99 of your pole sitter, Chris Carroll. There you can hear Carroll very patient on the gas, trying to put down the power. He's able to keep Sora behind him, but look at that mirror. It is full of that 98. Very close right there through the center. Great run through the center. Not able to get the power down. Sora right there on his gearbox. Oh, and sounding like the car's getting a little free on him. Had to get out of the gas as Jorgensen continues to lead the race. My, it's gonna take a lot to get the job done here. Carroll still trying to get the top spot away. Not able to do it just yet as we continue to watch these 4 drivers battle for the top spot. They've got a little bit of a gap back to the 5th place runner, Jeremy Root, about 1.5 seconds behind your top 4 this quad. A little back further through the field, we'll jump back to this little battle that's brewing between these 2 drivers. Mitchell Lancaster and Thomas Grau right there with each other as Grau looks to the outside in his 8 machine. Not going to be able to do it. Looking to the inside now, going across the line into turn number 1. Going to have the bottom, but I'm not sure that's the preferred position as the 11 of Lancaster going to surge forward just a little bit now on exit. That's going to bring Kyle Martinson up into play as well in the 9th position. Can he pass Grau and Lancaster? We'll have to wait to see how that one shakes out. Looks like Brandon Sheffield slowly closing in on Jeremy Root for the 5th position. 7th of Lancaster just kind of doing what he's got to do now, as it looks like we've close to the wall. They're off of 2. Kyle Martinson very close to the wall off of turn number 2 and turn number 4. That car looks a little bit unhappy now on exit as we go almost 3 wide. Coming off of turn number 2. Drivers now back to side by side as the 8 looks to the inside, trying to take the spot away. Still green flag racing here at Iowa Speedway, and you gotta remember there were 8 drivers that did not come to pit road. So that is going to throw the pit strategy all over the board. For your top runners now going to go back up to the front of the field, and looky here, Nathan Jorgensen being able to hold off Chris Carroll. Not only that, but Sora able to reclaim that second spot, push Carroll back to third. Phillip still running in that 4th position. Jeremy Root in 5th. 6th will be Brandon Sheffield. Kyle Mortensen in 7th. 8th spot, Thomas Grau. 9th will be Mitchell Lancaster, and Justin Davidson making his way into the top 10. And as I was speaking about pit strategy, there you go. Look at that. 41 laps on the tires here for Jorgensen, Sora, Phillip, Root, and Grau. So you've got 5 of those drivers that stayed out, still inside of the top 8. So it looks like the gamble is going to work for those drivers, but you got to be asking yourself, if you're one of the drivers that pitted, are tires really a premium from this point out? We'll have to wait and see if things happen under green flag pit stops, or if we get another pesky caution here at Iowa Speedway. So we'll just have to see how the cookie crumbles. A little bit of house cleaning, not much of house cleaning. 22 drivers took to the starting grid here today at Iowa Speedway for the eSpeed Sport Select Series here on Turn 3 Racing Network. 22 drivers took to the starting grid. We've still got 22 drivers on track. 2 cars being scored 1 lap down. DJ Kenner and Zach Marginson, sorry about that. And Zach Marginson, only drivers being scored any laps down. So we still got this thing off and popping. Mitchell Lancaster looks like he is on pit road now, back off of pit road. Billy Davidson also onto pit road in his pit box as we speak. As Mitchell Lancaster gonna join the drivers being scored 1 lap down as the front of the field still hasn't let up on each other. These 4 still all over each other. And well, ladies and gentlemen, if I haven't said it already, thank you for joining us here tonight on Turn 3 Racing Network. Without you, none of this would be possible. So big shout out to all of you fans, friends, family, viewers, stoppers, buyers. We do appreciate it each and every time you come and join us here on Turn 3 Racing Network. If you haven't already, throw these eSpeed Sport drivers a thumbs up. Well, and for me, go ahead and click subscribe. Smash the bell over there on the right-hand side. Get notified anytime we go live here on Turn 3 Racing Network, whether it's myself, Muth in the booth, Cody Early, Chris Lagoo, Rick Hammond, Danny Valenzuela. Ow, Big Al, what's up? Big homie, appreciate all the work behind the scenes doing over there at Turn 3 Racing Network for not just myself, but everybody else and all these viewers out here each and every time they join us. And well, man, go ahead and give yourself a thumbs up. I don't know if you can, but go ahead and do that too. Meanwhile, while we were going through all of that, looks like Mitchell Lancaster has had an issue. We'll back it up. See if we can't find that, see what happened to Lancaster here. As it looks like Lancaster was up to speed. Gets into turn number 1 just a little hot, hits the wall. That's gonna crush that car. He pulls it off track. Gets it going back in the right direction. My goodness, big time trouble there for Lancaster. We join the race live once again with your race leader as Lancaster trying to get one of his laps back, now making his way by your race leader, your top 10 yet to hit pit road. Few drivers that have hit pit road already for the second time. Lancaster was one of those drivers. Billy Davidson hit pit road. DJ Kenner as well. As the battle at the front of the field continues to rage on, we've now got two separate two-car battles. Nathan Jurgensen still holds on to the top spot. Chris Carroll right there behind him, now battling for third and fourth. Just behind your race leaders is Presley Soren and Hope Phillip. Those two drivers trying to decide who's going to do what with their car right now. We'll go a little bit further through the field once again back here around that 7th, 8th, 9th, 10th area. Alex Harris, Jason Jackson, and the man on screen, Rocky Harpins, all trying to gain a few more positions. Those are some of your biggest movers of today's race. Your biggest mover right now, Kyle Martinson, sitting in the 7th position in his 77 machine. Also, Alex Harris, both of those drivers gaining 10 starting spots from their qualifying position. So a big shout out to them for their hard charger award. And Jason Jackson now with that pass on Rocky Harpins is going to move into the hard charger spot with 11 positions being made up here today. Started in 22nd, now running in the 11th position. Oh, and a big shakeup up at the front of the field. There you go, side by side. Looking to try to keep the spot. Can he keep Sheffield at bay? Oh, Sheffield with a little bit of connection issue. Not sure where he went. Magic Man, now you see him, now you don't right now in the timing and scoring there. You see him blinking a little bit in and out right there. So we'll try to focus a little bit elsewhere, see if that's going to help Sheffield out at all. Doesn't look like that's helping his cause, as Lawrence Shaughnessy bringing his machine down to pit road this time by. So he'll make his first attempt at a green flag pit stop. These drivers going to have to get the cars all the way down to 45 miles an hour down there on pit road. And, well, it can be quite tricky on some older tires. And keep in mind, I mean, Jorgensen on some of the oldest tires out there on the track has not made a pit stop. The 99 of Chris Carroll just behind him has a few lap fresher tires, 6 laps to be exact. It doesn't look like those 6 laps are making a ton of a difference. As Carroll, he made his way through the field. But now Kyle Martinson, he's the only other driver that, well, the next driver with those 4 tires, and he's sitting in the 5th position now. So, I don't know. I think track position may be a little bit more important at this point in time in the race. Looks like Scott Lamp on pit road. Jeff Mills pulling down pit lane this time as Lamp guard down and away as he makes his way off of pit road. As we continue green flag racing here at Iowa Speedway for the eSpeed Sport Select Series here on Turn 3 Racing Network. My goodness. Chris Carroll trying to get up there and pass. Nathan Jurgensen not having anything of it just yet. He's going to keep the field behind him as we continue green flag racing. Field beginning to stretch itself out just a little bit further. We'll go back to this battle right here. This is a battle for that 5th spot. Justin Davidson has it. Martinson wants it. Sheffield just behind him, battling with Jeremy Root. Thomas Grau right there in 9th, 10th. The 86 of Jason Jackson as we continue green flag racing still here at Iowa Speedway for the Iowa 175. Do once again want to take a brief moment to thank each and every one of you out there watching here today for joining myself, David Worrell, and, well, it's Dave's Cave, so I appreciate you coming. We continue green flag racing here at Iowa Speedway. I tell you what we might do here in just a brief moment. We'll have to wait and see how it all shakes out, how it all plays out before we really do anything here for a brief moment. Hold on, do apologize, bear with me. Jorgensen continuing to stay out on track, continuing to lead the race as we've got our eye fixed on Kyle Martinson as he was able to get by Sheffield. He got to the rear bumper of Justin Davis, but not able to make the pass just yet. So we continue as Jeremy Root gonna be heading to pit road this time by no other takers. Man, oh man, the fuel strategy is beginning to get all over the board for some of these drivers out here today. We've had drivers pit 5 laps ago, 2 laps ago, 10 laps ago. So the fuel strategy going to be very interesting for a lot of these drivers as we continue green flag racing lap 69 out of 175 here today for the eSpeed Sports Select Series at Iowa Speedway for the Iowa 175. Back at the front, your race leaders going around a lapped car. Looks like Carroll trying to close the distance, still not able to make that pass to reclaim that top spot as now Sora, Phillip, and Davidson all battle for the for 3rd, 4th, and 5th. We'll go back, join this little battle right here. There you see it as Phillip and Davidson right there, has Kyle Martinson right there with them as well. Getting very, very close to green flag pit stops for a lot of these drivers now, stretching these tanks. 72 laps, 8 drivers out there. Oh, big time save, the 98 wheelman right there. Goodness. One heck of a save there by Presley Sora, keeping that car underneath him, heading in the right direction. Now looks like the 3 gonna try to take advantage of the little bit of a slip up, little bit of a mishap. Goes around both of those drivers, not for position. See the driver trying to get himself back onto the lead lap. As of now, with green flag pit cycle underway, being very spread out, but still underway, we now find ourselves with only 14 drivers left on the lead lap. Mitchell Lancaster being scored, the first car 1 lap down. And I tell you what, I think we might be able to pull it off. Maybe. Possibly. So, well, let's try it. Let's see what happens. Why not a little bit of sights and sounds here from Iowa Speedway with turn 3s. Turn it up. While we were trying to give you a little bit of crank it up action, looks like we've had some action take place on the track. Mitchell Lancaster goes around. We'll take a look back with our turn 3 replay. Oh, and there you see the contact with the 16. The 11 gets sideways. Very light contact, but contact nonetheless. We'll take one more look at that. There you go, looking to go 3 wide between 2 slower cars. Not able to get the job done. Gets hooked almost in to another car in that outside wall. Heck of a job keeping that machine straight and clean. So we will rejoin the race once again at the front of the field, coming down pit road. Everybody hitting pit road this time by. Few drivers gonna elect to stay out, receive a wave around. And well, I mean, with all that being said, ladies and gentlemen, I mean, we'll have ourselves a proper turn it up here for the restart. We'll see what these eSpeed Sport Select Series drivers got in store for us. But we're going to take a brief moment, step away for a commercial, pay some bills, but don't go anywhere. We will be right back.
iRacing, you wanted the best, you got them 4 abreast. Often imitated, never duplicated. The greatest show on dirt, the World of Outlaws.
Welcome back. Thanks for sticking with us here on Turn 3 Racing Network. Thanks for sticking it out with me, Darkside Dave, in the cave up here in Turn 3 Racing Network production booth, bringing you all the calls from trackside here at Iowa Speedway for the Iowa 175 and the eSpeed Sport Select Series. Only 6 races this season. Driver's gonna have to be on point. Only allowed 1 drop race, so there's no chase. It's the chase from the start of the season. Last week's race winner from Daytona International Speedway, Presley Sora with a great race there. You seen Sora moments ago with a great save. Going through 1 and 2, heck of a job by Sora to be able to do that. There you will see him line up. Second car, outside row in the 4th position. Your race leader, Nathan Jorgensen, electing the inside line. Once again, Jorgensen finished in 2nd last time we hit the track. Looking to improve on that finishing spot and try to walk away with the race win here today. Pace car lights are out. Field gets side by side, very close at the front between Carroll and Jorgensen. Jorgensen catches him sleeping, and away he goes. Carroll with Sora all over his rear bumper. Now looking to the inside goes Phillip. Angel Phillip looking to take that 2nd spot away, not able to do it just yet. The top 2 drivers were battling side by side for the 2nd spot, I should say. On the outside, the 99 of Carroll's gonna prevail. As we go back a little further through the field, there you see the 4 of Justin Dalton trying to come up through the field. And while we've got it all grouped up, let's go back down for another turn 3. Turn it up. Caution coming out once again here at Iowa Speedway, so field will catch up to the pace car. We'll see if we can't get that queued up for you. Looks like Jeremy Root may have been involved in this latest one, so we'll back it up with our turn 3 replay. Just catching it at the end. We'll back it up one more time. Take another look. See how this all went down. Looks like the 18 on the outside. Oh, and the 8, a little bit of contact and up the track and into the side of the 18. 18 into the inside, outside wall. 8 with a little bit of damage as well, bouncing off the outside wall. As your front runners gonna bring their machines back down pit road. We'll rejoin the race live once again. As it looks like Jorgensen, Carroll, both on pit road. Martinson, Sheffield, Jackson, Harpins, Yo, Grau, Kane, Baris, and Mills all gonna hit pit road. So your top 4 drivers gonna stay out this time by. And Angel Phillip, your race leader, and Presley Sora gonna line up to his outside for this restart. Both of those drivers only hitting pit road 1 time so far here tonight, as we are on lap number 88 out of the 175 scheduled for the official race distance here tonight from Iowa Speedway. Well, we have got a race on our hands right at the halfway point here tonight from Iowa Speedway. We do appreciate each and every one of you fans friends, family, viewers, stopper, buyers here on the Turn 3 Racing Network. Thank you for joining me tonight. Darkside Dave in the cave up here in Turn 3 Racing Network's production booth. And well, it has been one heck of a race. Only our third caution here tonight, so these drivers putting on one heck of a display. Taking a look at the weather here as we're about halfway through tonight's race. Looks like the track has cooled down just a little bit, as well as the air temperature dropping 1 degree outside, but the track temp dropping 3 degrees so far. Very interesting to see the track cooling off after that long green flag run, but right now drivers pacing, so track able to release some of that heat. We should see that increase as the runs go on here tonight. We get set to go back double file and come around for our latest restart here today from Iowa Speedway. Big shout out to all these drivers putting on one heck of a show out there tonight. Sheffield brings his machine back down pit road for a little bit more service. Down and away out of his pit box. He will rejoin the field on the back stretch as we get set to go back. Green flag racing once again. New race leader, Angel Phillip, up there in his 94 machine. Can the 98 of Presley Sora take that top spot away? We'll have to wait and see. Justin Davidson and Alex Harris will round out your top 4. All of those drivers electing to stay out this time by. Ford Mustang pace car ready to make that left-hand turn, and we will get set to fire off once again, and away goes Phillip. Green flag back in the air at Iowa Speedway, away from the field. Your top 2 now looking to the inside comes Jorgensen. Jorgensen digging 3 wide bottom. The 4 of Davidson stuck in the middle, 3 wide once again. Carroll not able to get by as Jorgensen uses those fresh tires, makes up a ton of positions already, and into the 3rd spot. Carroll now trying to make his way by Davidson. He's going to be able to do so now down on the inside lane. Davidson fighting hard on the outside. 74 of Alex Harris just behind them, watching this all unfold. Jason Jackson, Bradley Yo right there. Rocky Harpent now breaks in to the top 10 with his 71 machine as we continue green flag racing. Lap number 94 out of 175 scheduled here tonight. These drivers doing a fine job so far on this latest restart. 2 wide, 3 wide, battles all over the track. We'll take a little look further back through the field as the 2 of Scott Lamp trying to bring his machine back up towards the front. He's got a battle with Thomas Grau and Edward Kane just in front of him. Rocky Harpent's in that 10th position. Driver still battling at the front of the field. Phillip has the top spot. Sora in second. Jorgensen in third. Kyle Martinson going to be in fourth. Justin Davidson going to round out your top 5. Battle for position on track now as the 2 tries to keep that high side going for him. Not able to do it. He's got Jeff Mills just in front of him. Sheffield on his bumper looking to the bottom. Battle at the front of the field beginning to stretch out just a little bit between your top 3 drivers. There you see Philip, Sora, Jorgensen already starting to make a little bit of a gap, a little bit of distance between themselves and the 77 of Kyle Martinson. Martinson gaining 13 positions so far out here tonight. Heck of a run being had by him, but your biggest mover so far is that 86 of Jason Jackson running in the 8th position, has made up 14 spots. He's going to try to overtake Alex Harris, Chris Carroll, if he can. There you see Carroll just off in the background trying to chase down Justin Davidson. 4-car battle for the top spot as the 77 has joined this battle for the race lead. Grau going to take a position away back a little further through the field from Scott Lamp and Grau continue to, well, just swap that position over and over. Coming to take lap 101, 75 laps remaining here tonight in the Iowa 175. We've had 4 cautions out here tonight. We've got 16 drivers still on the lead lap. 22 drivers started today's race, and we have still got 22 drivers out there on track. A few cars being scored 1 lap down. A few cars being scored a few more laps down. Hornet's Nest at the front of the field as Phillip works off of 2. Sora looking to his inside, trying to take that spot away. Side by side for first. There goes Jorgensen trying to battle for second. Now Sora and Jorgensen side by side for second. Digging to the inside. That's 77. He's going to make his presence felt. Oh, slide job off the corner. Sora with a slide job right across the nose of Jorgensen. That's going to slow him up just a little bit on the entry of 1. Now digging through the center. Contact. Oh, Jorgensen up the track after contact with Kyle Martinson right there running in third, trying to make that bottom lane work a little bit. Slide job now. Oh, he catches the bumper and around goes Martinson spinning after contact being made with the 31 of Jorgensen. My goodness, we'll take a look back now, see how Martinson's doing. Car looks to be pretty much okay. We'll go back, take another look at that one. There you see the slide job. Looked like the 31 was looking to go back underneath, not able to quite get there, and around goes the 77. Caution will fly. We'll see if we've got another look at it here. Oh, and it looks like just running out of real estate. Coming back across the track just a little bit. The 77 gets hooked, and we find ourselves under caution one more time here at Iowa Speedway. We will rejoin your race leader live at the front behind the Ford Mustang pace car. And, well, this is going to be interesting. We know these drivers have stayed out about 6 or 7 laps and made it about 70 laps, and they are very, very close to only having 70 laps remaining. And your top 14 all to pit road this time, so you know what that means. I believe the drivers think they can make it from here, so we'll have to wait and see how all that shakes down, see how it all goes. Nonetheless, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to take a brief commercial break, step away. We will be right back here for all your green flag action live on Turn 3 Racing Network.
Done with. What amazing to the inside.
Pace car lights go out once again, and we will get set, double file, and ready to fire things off. Once again here for the Iowa 175 for eSpeed Sports Select Series. These Xfinity drivers have put on one heck of a show as we're inching closer to the finish of the race. Almost a Saturday night shootout, as we've got right at the 60 to 61 laps remaining in tonight's race. Pace car lights are out. Field double file being led back to the restart by Angel Phillip and his 94 machine. Waiting now, hitting the gas, catches the field off guard. Great restart by Phillip. Sora with a little bit of trouble. Now he's going to have to deal with Jorgensen. Chris Carroll, your pole sitter, right there, battling to the outside, looking three wide for a moment. Not going to do it. Side by side back into turn number 3. Jorgensen on the bottom, 3 wide for second. Contact being made between Sora and Phillip as Jorgensen digging on that bottom. trying to take away that second spot as the 99 of Chris Carroll, just an innocent bystander looking on right now. Positions being made up all over the field. Whoa! Big time save. That was a huge save back further through the field. One whale of a job by Brandon Sheffield. That driver able to hold on to his machine. That 88 was all sorts out of shape. Able to corral it, correct it, and keep it headed in the right direction. 2 wide, 3 rows deep. Back at the front, battle for the race lead raging on as Sora has charged and made his way by Jorgensen and left Jorgensen to battle it out with Chris Carroll for the 3rd and 4th position. Drivers lined up just behind them. Justin Davidson, Jason Jackson, Alex Harris, as well as Bradley Yo right there in 8th position. 77 of Kyle Martinson making his way back up through the field, now running back inside the top 10 as caution flag flies. Once again, looks like Edward Kane as well as Thomas Grau involved in this latest one. There you see both of those drivers getting their machines headed in the right direction. So we'll cue that up one more time here with our turn 3 replay. There you see Grau into the outside wall and then contact. Head on into the wall goes the 8. Ooh, tough break for Edward Kane into that outside wall. And then Kane collecting Thomas Grau into the outside wall. Heavy contact with the front end of that machine. Back at the front of the field, Phillip stays out. Sora stays out. Jorgensen stays out. Chris Carroll making his way to pit road. Jason Jackson, Kyle Martinson, Scott Lamp, Jeff Mills, Rocky Harpins, Brandon Sheffield, Mitchell Lancaster, Nick Burris, Edward Kane, and Thomas Grau all going to pit road that time by. So these drivers may be thinking we may get a long green flag run. They're thinking about tires. They want some fresh ones. And I wouldn't blame them. And you know, sometimes I just get bored and press buttons for no reason. Got to keep you on your toes, you know what I mean? More drivers coming off of pit road. Looks like Mitchell Lancaster on pit road for an extended stay. Still in his pit box, upwards of 1 minute in his box as they continue to work on his machine. Well, I do appreciate that there, Rogers. Nobody told me that, so I just assumed there was an accent to it. So, my fault. See, that's why we love you viewers out there watching. You can correct us when we're wrong, when you know a little bit more, when you know how to say the driver's names right. It does go a long way, so I do appreciate that, Rogers. So, Jorgensen. We'll get it right. California Kid. Uh-oh. We might have ourselves a little bit of Jeff Gordon syndrome going on in that 31 machine. A California Kid, eh? Well, I really don't care what state he's from, where he's come from, or anything like that. The man is a wheelman out there, been up front all race long. Inside of that top 5, sitting in the 3rd position now, going to line up just behind your race leader, the 94 of Phillip. Just to his outside will be Presley Sora, and then Jurgensen going to line up 3rd. 4th will be Justin Davidson. Alex Harris going to line up 3rd car inside row. 3rd car outside row will be Bradley Yo. First time inside, well, I'm going to call it the top 6, but knocking on the door for the first time of the top 5 as the pace car lights have went out once again. And we'll get set to fire things off. See if we can't get a green flag run to the finish of tonight's Iowa 175 here from Iowa Speedway for the eSpeed Sport Select Series. Pace car ready to duck off. Will Phillip hit the gas, or will he wait in the restart box like the last restart? Gotta be on your toes and ready to go. Gassing it up goes Phillip. Green flag flying once again here at Iowa Speedway. Looking to the inside goes Jurgensen. Now taking that 3rd spot, claiming it for his own. He makes his way by the 4 of Justin Davidson. Davidson gonna fall back just a little bit. Scraping the wall was Alex Harris. Bradley Yao, I do apologize, that was Yo on the outside. A little bit of wall contact, no harm, no foul, just a little bit of a crinkle in that right rear quarter panel as we continue green flag racing lap 122. Out of 175 scheduled here tonight. Now battle for the race lead as Sora looks to the inside. Shoving it down in turn 3, washing up out of 4. Block. Oh, crossover coming from Phillip. Sora's gonna lead that lap. New race leader here from Iowa Speedway as the 98 of Presley Sora dove down into turn 3, made it stick, made it work, and has now put himself in the top spot. Caution on the racetrack. Looks like Mitchell Lancaster may have been involved in this latest one. We'll go back, check on Mitchell as he gets the car back under him. We'll take a look with our turn 3 replay. Up the track, little bit of contact, not able to save it, and around goes the 11 of Mitchell Lancaster back on the lead lap. Doesn't look like very much damage involved in that one, so luckily for Lancaster, he can continue on through tonight's race as we rejoin the race live back up at the front of the field. New race leader taking the lead 1 lap ago was that 98 of Presley Soares. Now he will have control over the restart. And now he's going to have to be the one that watches out for Phillip to return the favor, to return the slide job out of turn 4. Able to keep the car behind him. No crossover attempt being made by Phillip. But you got to wonder, with the laps winding down, 26 laps remaining here from Iowa Speedway, will Sora wait it out if he loses that top spot, or will he go ahead and jump on the crossover attempt heading back into turn 1? We'll have to wait and find out. And don't forget about the fast man riding in that 3rd position right now, Nathan Jurgensen. He's been up front all race long. Can the, well, I don't know if you can call him California Kid or the Midwest Swinger. I don't know. We'll come up with something for you there, Nathan. Well. 25 laps remaining here at Iowa Speedway. It's going to be a short, fast shootout to the end to see who can put their car in a victory lane. As of right now, looks like Sora trying to repeat some magic of race number 1 2 weeks ago. Daytona International Speedway, that 98 found a way to victory lane. Here it is, 25 laps left in the Iowa 175, and he has found his way to the top spot. Will he repeat, or will someone else come and take that spot away? Jurgensen right there running in third. He's got a shot to improve his second place finish from last week, or 2 weeks ago, I should say. Will he go up there? Is he hungry enough to do what he's got to do, even if it means using that front bumper? We'll have to wait and find out, just like the rest of you. Do want to take a brief moment to recognize each and every one of you out there in the chat over there on YouTube. Appreciate it. Thank you for stopping by. Thank you for joining myself, Darkside Dave, up here in the Turn 3 Racing Network broadcast booth. Man, it has been one heck of a night here at Iowa Speedway for the eSpeed Sports Select Series Xfinity drivers. Only 6 races in this season, so you've got to be on point week in and week out, and we are seeing Sora and Jurgensen try to do that. Both of those drivers finishing in podium spots. Both of these drivers in podium spots here as we get closer and closer to that 20 lap to go mark. My goodness, it's going to... And why am I saying 20 laps? I cannot count. Just for you guys that didn't already know, 1, 2, 7, 12, 11. There's too many numbers. Hey, Lawrence, no texting and driving, brother. That's against the rules. Good to see you checking in and watching, though, while you're racing. Heck of a job out there being able to multitask like that. Nonetheless, pace car ducking off. Sora hits the gas. Green flag here at Iowa Speedway as Jurgensen now side by side with Phillip. That is for the second spot. Jurgensen looking to take it away. We'll watch this battle unfold as we've got a massive beehive going on right here. It's a hornet's nest from second on back. We've got drivers double file for 3, 4, 5 rows now side by side, racing back behind your race leader. Jurgensen now looking to have a little bit of an advantage, but giving up some time through the center. Slide job-ish. Not really a slide job, a little bit of distance between them, but nonetheless, Jurgensen puts that 31 back inside the top 2. Oh, breathe. Big time moment there for the 77 of Kyle Martinson, almost into the back of the 74 of Alex Harris. Harris thanking his lucky stars, now washing up the track just a little bit, looking to the inside now is Martinson. Down into turn 3, Martinson shoves it in through the center of the corner, washing up just a little bit, now in front of Harris, putting Martinson to 4th. 94 of Phillip has not let go of the gearbox of Jurgensen just yet, almost into that outside wall. Big time moment back here for Justin Davidson as he's looking to try to make his way around Alex Harris. Harris almost into that outside wall. Could have been a very, very big moment here late in the race as we've got less than 50 laps to go. Oh, sideways. Oh, still wiggling. Able to save it just in front of Chris Carroll was Bradley Yo-Yo with a big time wiggle, big time moment, able to save it, keep it headed back in the right direction. We stay green flag racing here at Iowa Speedway on the Turn 3 Racing Network. Back at the front of your field, there you see him, the 98 Presley Sora, no one around. He enjoys a 1 second race lead late here in the race. My goodness, he has got to be feeling good about the way his car is running, as we will bring up a little bit of a different graphic for you out there today. There you see your running order over there to the left-hand side. My goodness, what a restart. What a way to put some distance between yourself and the field. Presley Sora leading the Iowa 175 with under 40 laps now remaining. Battle is for second as Martinson breathing down the neck of Jurgensen. Oh, big slide coming off of 4 there for Martinson. Not going to be able to take that spot away. Going to regroup, regather his thoughts, maybe take another shot of it here in another lap or two. Looking back through the timing and scoring, we've got some more battles. We'll jump back here for the 9th, 10th, 11th position just in front. Running in the 9th spot, Chris Carroll, your pole sitter, now back inside the top 10. Battle side by side for the 10th spot. Scott Lamp and Jeff Mills. Bradley Yo right there on the heels of these two drivers as they've got the track blocked. Nowhere to go right now for Yo. Mitchell Lancaster trying to make as many laps as he can out there, as unfortunately had to bring his car back to pit lane. Only driver on pit road. He'll continue to fall through the running order, being scored right now in 18th, 1 lap down. Three and 4 car battle now raging on back around that 10th position. As Lancaster rejoins the racetrack, he'll let the field on by. No harm, no foul right there, too. Now almost 3 wide. Working off of turn number 4 for that 10th position. These drivers not giving an inch. Meanwhile, back at the front of the field, Presley Soros continuing to lead the race now. Just a little bit over a 1 second gap battle between Martinson and Jurgensen for the 2nd position. Not able to get the job done just yet as Jurgensen's going to continue to keep that 2nd spot. We continue to watch this battle for the 2nd position. We'll throw up a little bit of information for you. Our turn 3 battle box down there on the right-hand side. There you see your race leader, Presley Sora, just over 1 second in front of Nathan Jurgensen, who's got Kyle Martinson all over his rear bumper. Martinson is being scored as your biggest mover of the race. 14 positions so far from the start of today's race, and he is all over that gearbox. And I tell you what, while we've got a moment to be able to do it, let's go down with one of our onboard cameras here on board with that 90, on board with the 77. I apologize. of Kyle Martinson as he tries to take over that top spot, or I should say tries to take over that second place spot. Sometimes I even forget where I'm at. Nonetheless, onboard camera shot. Almost sounding like he's in a four-wheel slide, trying to reel in that 31. Kyle Martinson has got a mirror full of Angel Phillip right there running in the fourth position. 94 led some laps earlier here today. Now Chris Carroll, your pole sitter, starting to reel these drivers in. We could have ourselves a shootout on our hands in the next coming laps. My goodness, how things are starting to come together here at the end of tonight's race in the Iowa 175. And you know, I haven't really mentioned it here tonight so far, but the tire models on these Xfinity cars are a little bit, what's the word I'm looking for? They're a little bit unforgiving. If you destroy the tires early in the run, you're not going to have much speed. You're not going to have much turnability through the center of the corner. The car is going to feel really weak on exit. So I wonder if some of these drivers up at the front of the field may be protecting that right front, maybe leaning a little bit less on that right rear right now, as we've got 26 laps remaining here at Iowa Speedway in the Iowa 175 for the eSpeed Sport Select Series race number 2 here in this 6th race season. And as I was saying, I wonder if any of the crew chiefs, any of the spotters have been in the driver's ears about possibly saving a little bit now. Maybe being able to go at it a little bit harder in the final 5 laps or so as we continue under green flag race conditions. Let's take a little bit of a look how the pit strategy has been working out. There's the front of your field. Sora out there for 46 laps now on these tires, as well as Jurgensen. Martinson with about 10 lap fresher tires, but not able to get by Jurgensen or Sora just yet. So those 10 lap fresher tires may come into play a little bit later in this run. Chris Carroll on the freshest tires at the front of the field, running in 5th. There you see that 99 machine digging, running that yellow line. Man, that is Carroll with about 20 lap fresher tires. So if he can get by some of these drivers, he could be a force at the end of this race. And just like that, maybe the tire saving is going out the window. Here comes Jurgensen on the back of Sora. Sora continues to lead the race as we've got a battle now for 3rd place. Looking to the inside goes Phillip. Martinson to the outside, just in front of Carroll. Carroll has to check up just a little bit. High side fading, losing a little bit of ground to your top 2 runners, Sora and Jurgensen. Well, I was trying to be nice about it there, Rogers. Oh, into the outside wall. Scraping that outside wall is the 77 of Kyle Martinson, as Sheffield now looks to the inside after Carroll made the pass. Big time moment there. 77 able to keep it going in the right direction, but gives up that third position. Now looking to the inside, sliding up, not gonna have room. Now 3 wide as Phillip, Martinson, Sheffield all side by side, close off of 2. Sheffield takes the spot away. Now he's going to battle with Phillip for that 5th spot. Chris Carroll just in front of them, looking on that high side, getting a run. Not going to look to the bottom in 1. 3-way battle for the race lead, heading back into turn number 1, 17 laps remaining here in the Iowa 175 as we have got ourselves a storm brewing out here today. My goodness. Gonna get a little bit wider of a shot as the field comes off of 4. Lap car ducking to the bottom of the track, staying out of the way. Gentlemen, thing to do there. Let the race leaders race their race. Now we see that 77 falling back just a little bit, now all the way to the 7th spot. Jurgensen continuing to stalk Sora, but Carroll has been a man on the move this latest restart. A little bit slow through the center of 1 and 2, gives up a little bit of a ground on the exit as Jurgensen begins to gain on your race leader, heading down into 3 and 4. Big time gain through the center of 3 for Chris Carroll and Brandon Sheffield. Both of those drivers beginning to close back up on the front of the field. Looking to the outside now, nose was there, momentum is not. Jurgensen gonna keep the 2nd spot away from Chris Carroll. Presley Soros now got a little bit of breathing room between himself and what looks to be a battle brewing for 2nd. Now Sheffield looking for 3rd. Down the back stretch as Jurgensen tries to keep that 2nd spot away from Carroll. Carroll trying to take it. Oh, Sora very slow through the center that time. Jurgensen with a big gain on Sora. Back down into turn 1, side by side contact. Contact with 12 laps to go, and that's going to hurt Brandon Sheffield. Wonder how much that contact bent in that left side. Driver panel for that 99 of Chris Carroll as side by side off of 4. Jurgensen looking for the top spot. Sora gonna keep it at the line. Diving down into the first, into turn number 1 goes Jurgensen. Jurgensen gonna lead just a little bit now in front. Diving it down into turn number 3. Jurgensen taking that top spot away from Presley Sora. Sora not able to get back to him just yet. New race leader, or returning race leader, however you want to put it, Nathan Jurgensen back to the top spot as Carroll looks like that damage may be slowing his machine down as he's got Phillip all over him. Now looking for 3rd to the bottom, in through 3 and 4. Coming off of turn number 4, side by side. Carroll to the outside, momentum gonna work. Jurgensen continues to lead the race. 9 laps remaining here for the Iowa 175 in the eSpeed Sports Select Series. These Xfinity drivers putting on one whale of a show out there for us tonight. And why not bring it down a little closer to the track for the end of tonight's race? We'll go down with some of our wall cameras here from Iowa Speedway. The damage doesn't look too horrible to that 99 of Carroll, but it is significant enough to slow him down as he is beginning to lose ground to that 98 of Presley Sora, who is losing ground to your race leader, Nathan Jurgensen. Davidson looking to the inside of Carroll. Gonna go back, keep our eye on this little gang right here as Davidson trying to slide. Job on Carroll, not gonna work. Phillip now into that 5th position, taking that spot away from Brandon Sheffield, the 88, with a great recovery after some contact. Now looking to the inside goes Phillip. Phillip looking to muscle his way into that 4th spot. Carroll not giving it up just yet. Now momentum going to the inside line as Phillip takes that 4th position. Nothing in the rear view mirror for Jurgensen. He's liking what he sees. Battle now between 2nd and 3rd. Sora and Davidson all over each other. Just in front of your race leader. Lap traffic coming into play. 4 laps remaining here from Iowa Speedway for the Iowa 175 for the eSpeed Sport Select Series Xfinity drivers. Green flag still in the air. 3 laps remaining. Can the 31 improve his position from last time we hit the track, finishing in 2nd? Can he walk away with a race win today? Down the backstretch, no problem has. Almost a 1-second race lead over these 2 drivers battling for the 2nd spot. That is Sora and Davidson. Phillip able to get by Carroll. Carroll gonna drop to the 5th position. He's got Sheffield right on his gearbox. We're gonna stay up here with this battle for 2nd as Sora continues to fight off Davidson. In pit and tire strategy may not have been as important as your race leader has pit 3 times. Sora only hitting pit. Oh, big time wiggle off of 4. White flag out. Final lap here at Iowa Speedway. Nathan Jurgensen, that 31 machine has been hooked up down the backstretch for the final time and into turn number 3. Your race leader, the 31 of Nathan Jurgensen, coming to take the checkered flag. And there it is, your race winner here at Iowa Speedway for eSpeed Sports Select Series Iowa 175, the 31 of Nathan Jurgensen. Well, ladies and gentlemen, with all that being said, looks like we've got some more splaining to do here on Turn 3 Racing Network. We're going to step away for a brief commercial break. Be right back for some possible post-race interviews and some possible post-race activity. We'll have to see how it all goes down. Celebrating his race win, the man on screen, the 31 of Nathan Jurgensen. Don't go anywhere. We will be right back here on Turn 3 Racing Network.
season.
Assist to the front bumper, and he hits him again now. Ray Alfala into the outside wall.
He's gonna pass nearly 3 cars down that front straightaway, and he's gonna get them all done with. What amazing
Race lead to the inside goes Logan Clapman is gonna touch in. Pit grass
saved it.
What a save!
Look to the outside as Cronkite goes off. De Jong into second place.
Going for the switchback. Oh, pinpoint driving.
It's howling down to the inside.
Trying this contact though.
slide left to the racetrack. Chris Renner drives it back down underneath, and he takes that second spot right back. Joker goes to Garrett Lowe.
Garrett Lowe should take victory with all that contact. He's going to try and make the move around the upset the Parabolica. That's not going to work, but he's going to try and get the cut back here. Get the run out the Parabolica. That's beautifully done there. Michael Schumacher.